Good, happy Friday morning and happy TGIF, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. We are broadcasting live here in Washington, D.C. for the big day. The Trump inauguration is today. Right behind me is the Capitol building, as you can see. Hopefully you're all having a great Friday morning. We have lots of news to talk about this morning on the Riley King Newscast, so let's get started. First up, racial charged sign found in front of Manchester Middle School. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Gives you the best price, selection, and service as a member of the Thompson Associates. High value with high design. Only at Nashua Kia. Visit NashuaKia.com. The Thompson Auto Group.
There's no question that it's deplorable. It's not something that's acceptable in the city of Manchester.
Manchester Mayor Ted Gautzis reassuring refugees, minorities, and foreigners in the Queen City that they are welcome. This after a racially charged sign had to be taken down from a fence in front of the middle school at Parkside. In a letter to parents, school officials say the sign was found Tuesday morning and was taken down immediately after. Police are now looking into it.
We're a very diverse community and we're very accepting of people. And I can tell you that I know that there's an investigation going on, and I've talked to Chief Willard about it, and we're certainly going to find out who's behind this, because it's just not acceptable.
School officials told parents they believe the sign is part of what's known as the White Genocide Project. On their website, they describe themselves as a group who believes diversity is nothing more than a coordinated campaign of genocide against white people. The sign was removed as soon as it was discovered.
People are afraid for themselves and for their children.
Eva Castillo is the director for the New Hampshire Alliance of Immigrants and Refugees.
People get scared and they fear for their safety.
Castillo says now is the perfect opportunity to come together as a community and bridge the divide.
We're not going to stand by quietly. We need to speak up, and we need to start calling it for what it is, totally unacceptable.
And now if you are a Manchester parent and you or your child hear or see anything related to this incident or similar, you're urged to tell school officials. Live in Manchester, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. New drug charges brought against woman in case of Eve Tarmey's death. Let's take a listen to this video from NH1 News.
Eve Tarmey's overdose death was arrested this week at the Stratford County Jail. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kiki Bensel.
And I'm Celine MacArthur. Leslie Aberling was charged with possession of controlled narcotic drugs from an incident that happened 5 months before Tarmey's death. NH1's Jennifer Courier explains why it took so long for these charges to come forward.
One of the two adults charged with giving a fatal dose of fentanyl to 17-year-old Eve Tarmey in November 2015 overdosed herself that June. According to court documents, Portsmouth police responded to a motel in the city for a heroin overdose. There, they found Leslie Aberling unconscious in her car with drug paraphernalia.
While she's being treated, we're sending these items up to be processed by the state lab, and for the state lab to tell us exactly what was going on.
But because of backlogged cases, those results came in almost a year later, in May 2016. Police issued a warrant for her arrest, but didn't know she had been charged in Tarmey's death.
Stratford County just on a routine audit of the prisoners that they had in their custody, and that's when the warrant popped up.
Aberling was arrested at the jail on Tuesday and charged with possession of a controlled drug. Police said it isn't uncommon for this to happen to inmates.
People who are suffering from opioid addiction, particularly when you're talking about something as strong as heroin, fentanyl, they don't stop just because they've had contact with law enforcement.
So while there's no knowing if faster lab results would have saved Tarmey, police said her death is just one of many tragic tolls the opioid epidemic is having on the state.
It is another example of what's actually going on out there. Hard part of it too is that we were woefully underprepared for what happened in New Hampshire, or what I should say is happening in New Hampshire.
Next week, Aberle will be sentenced in federal court after pleading guilty in Tarmy's death. She faces a minimum of 20 years. In Portsmouth, Jennifer Courier, NH1 News.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Jerusalem mayor posts a video praising Trump, slamming Obama. With just hours left until Donald Trump assumes the presidency of the United States, Jerusalem Mayor Nir Barkat took to YouTube Thursday to post a video in which he praises Trump's support of moving the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem from Tel Aviv, while slamming outgoing President Barack Obama, who he says abandoned the Jewish state. Trump could be absolute windfall for Putin, says Hermitage CEO. Russian President Vladimir Putin stands to make a windfall if President-elect Donald Trump lets his emotions get in the way, the head of Hermitage Capital and longtime anti-Russian activist told CNBC at the World Economic Forum in Davos on Friday. Washington prepares for Donald Trump's big moment. Let's take a listen to this video from CNN.
This journey began 18 months ago. I had something to do with it, but you had much more to do with it than I did. I'm the messenger. I'm just the messenger. And we were tired, and I love you. Believe me, I love you. We all got tired of seeing what was happening. And we wanted change, but we wanted real change. And I look so forward to tomorrow. We're going to see something that is going to be so amazing. We're going to make America great for all of our people, everybody throughout our country. That includes the inner cities, that includes everybody. I promise you that I will work so hard. We're going to get it turned around. We're going to bring our jobs back. We're not going to let other countries take our jobs any longer. We're going to build up our great military. We're going to build it up. We're going to strengthen our borders. We're going to do things that haven't been done for our country for many, many decades. It's going to change. I promise you, it's going to change. I'll see you tomorrow. And I don't care, frankly, if it's going to be beautiful or if it's going to rain like crazy. Makes no difference to me. I have a feeling it's going to be beautiful. But I will see you tomorrow, and I'm going to be cheering you on. You're going to cheer me on, but I'm going to be cheering you on because what we've done is so special. All over the world they're talking about it. All over the world. And I love you folks, and we're going to work together, and we are going to make America great again, and I'll add, greater than ever before.
Okay, there you go on part of his speech. He was at the Lincoln Memorial last night doing that. Donald Trump has arrived in Washington, and he's going to be here for the latest 4 years. The reality of the moment that the real estate mogul and reality show star will recruit the oath of office Friday is finally taking hold. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast, broadcasting live here in Washington, D.C. I hope you all have a great Friday, everyone, and hopefully you can all join our special coverage of the Trump inauguration today, right here on the Riley King Network. Have a great day, everyone. See you back here later on today for the coverage of the Trump inauguration. Bye, everyone.